fragmented by ideas achieved from years of experience. The learned anguish from the corrupt of an exploiter whose motivation is vindicated to personal interest. The values that judge due to the wrong practices of leaders whose intentions only benefits their purpose. The sentiments of oppression. The feeling of impartiality and denials brought by selfishness and greed for power. The abuse of an innocent mind and exploitation of wrong practices gives a clear view of this triumph. The subtle experience reinvented the idea that gives hope to the rising of an organization that is founded with right motivation, right orientation, God-fearing, and value-oriented. Thus, this organization created the World Relations Organizations for Justice, Peace and Development Incorporated, an international charitable organization organized by humanitarian-oriented group of philanthropic few whose heart and passion to serve, lead and help is of prime legacy and mission, inspired by the belief and principle emanated by the noble hero Dr. Jose Protasio Rizal Mercado y Alonso Rialonda. Mission and philanthropy as quoted, Pro Deo et Patria, or for God and country. WROJPD was once a dream from self-motivation, self-reliance, and hard work conceptualized by founder on January 15, 2014 by creating a humanitarian brotherhood to become a national and international philanthropy dedicated to the advancement of human welfare, and finally came its birth of existence on April 12, 2018, registered under SEC registration number CN2018-05271 in Pasay City, Philippines. WROJPD is also a member of United Nations Global Compact number 132765 and United Nations Global Marketplace number 635914, supported by her mother organization called ONGAPO, with international partners Badan Pusat Reclassiring RI of Indonesia, Guardians Fantastico International, Student Movement of Interactive Leaders for Excellence, Fantastico Brotherhood International, and supported by sister organizations namely Rainbow Amana Yayasan Incorporated and WRO Philippine Maharlika Nusantara Incorporated and WRO for Indigenous People Organization. By the year 2030, WROJPD will be an organization with boundless affiliations locally, nationally, and even internationally, with countless quality leaders and members able to uphold the quality requirements of a WROJPD emotionally, morally, socially, and economically. WROJPD's mission is to grow in numbers and empower members to be receptive of social, economic, educational, and political reforms in alliance to total transformation of a responsible and mature individuals with amazing teams of regular and part-time volunteers are committed to helping others. The idea, sentiments, advocacy, and principle are gathered piece by piece to make the whole new and unique organization. WROJPD cannot mobilize this alone, but with the help of more volunteers with bigger hearts to make this challenge a real difference. More people from national and international leaders are joining hand in hand to achieve the desire to serve the countless heads of the needy, founded in the solid ground of unity, love, and attributes. This also inspired by government officials and United Nations organization, bounded by quadrilateral agreement between WRO and dynasties of the Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Brunei, with partners from international sectors and WRO branches all over the world. Upholding to servant leadership and promoting human welfare and development, the WROJPD sub-organizations were formed to augment WROJPD noble cause and to ensure the security of members. The WRO Real News Portal serves as a tri-media avenue of news regarding programs and affiliations. WRO Peacekeeping Security Force that serves as the security arm of the organization that will serve as defensive asset against any unlawful elements, protect its members, protect the rule of law, promote human rights, deliver humanitarian support to all affected areas. Our WRO Institute for Peace Education that will facilitate the education of members in livelihood projects, computer literacy, healthcare, and wildlife conservation awareness, and WRO Justice and Crime Buster to help and support all law enforcement bodies, private and local government authorities in their quest in fighting against all forms of crimes and corruptions, as well as to satisfy and protect legal, social, economic, creative, and other shared interests of its members. WROJPD will fully cooperate with international agencies such as Interpol, United Nations and its United Nations Peacekeeping Forces, and the United Nations Development Program in the attainment of its global objectives of peace, development, and justice. WROJPD respects and places in high regard the role of nature in sustaining the human population and values nature's capacity to prevent climates and floods. It will foster conservation education among its young members and encourage a future of green foliage and blue skies. This organization believes in the concept of solar energy conversion to power electrical vital loads such as streetlights, irrigation water pumps, deep water wells, supply households, clinics, hospitals, and many other uses. WROJPD believes in the sacred duty to provide the public with legal assistance in securing lawyers and public attorneys to ensure that the law is upheld in the highest esteem without favoring the elite rich who are influential in favoring the decision. We guide the poor and affected through the labyrinth of legal processes and avoid potential quagmire. WROJPD recognizes the efforts of the global community in displaced and affected people in times of conflict and great despair. Thus, it will work with Doctors Without Borders and volunteer medical organizations to foster its medical missions in affected communities. WROJPD also support calamity programs, scholarship assistance, hospital and housing programs, and more future programs to come. World Relations Organization for Justice, Peace, and Development was once a dream, envisioned from the heart of a leader whose experience was once stoned by a defiance of system. The affirmation of the subconscious mind is ideally a dream come true. I do not appear to contest the immunity of power. It is just that I will correct the neglected system, constraints from the subconscious intelligence. The road is never easy, for the challenge has just begun. The room is never concrete if change we must. The load might be too heavy, rest if we'll unload. We just need to break the tie to create ideally a brotherhood that faithfully believes and seeks to find what it deserves. From infancy to expectancy, leadership is a quality innate in every one of us. The demand is restoration, representation, and power. Thus, this is the reason for our existence, a birth to a unique and balanced organization, a brotherhood that will encourage empowerment to a mature, morally nurtured, and responsible citizen of the country. The creed ensures holistic transformation, giving due access to social and economic reforms, moral and political reforms for the attainment of peace and order, where this generation and generations to come shall rest upon. The calling is never an easy road, but the challenge is. I must take that first step, the jump start. I need to cross the bridge of making by that noble thought, convince partners with the same convictions, and draw strength by believing that I'm never alone in my adventure of faith. I still reap the belief which I honestly feel and gain the trust I certainly deserve. This world has been covered of all abstracts, the unseen, the lies. The facades are never a guarantee of truth, for after all, such are just scripted illusions. Along this way, the challenge is, why are we here, and where are we going to? If not believing with sincere thought that noble intention would just be a mere illusions. After all those solicited effort and the process system, World Relations Organizations for Justice, Peace and Development Incorporated came its birth of existence. The challenge is a never-ending effort to cross. The revelations of facts thought is the mutiny. I, as the founding chairman, combats day on and day out. No practical analysis can ever equal the desire to serve the countless heads of the needy. The resolute empathy, the resources in particular, and the concealing means in general plans stock the battle for crossover. It takes a drive to fully attain and sustain. It is never easy to look for a philanthropic individual, one whom you can convey passion, whom you can come in combatant with pressures, and whom to live with you no matter what. With a true form to lead, associates whose undying service remains unquestioned, core groups whose profession becomes available for others' sake. The volunteers make sense to saying impossible is just a word. We are in a world of torrid claws. Let's do it to make this world worth living for. I cannot mobilize this all alone. Mind you, I need more brains, more stunts, more self, more help, more effort and bigger hearts to make this a real difference. We do not fight causeless. Let's come up and do the reach out. Together, we can attain an organization founded in the solid ground of unity, love, and attributes. The most useful asset of a person is not a head full of knowledge, but a heart full of love, with ears to listen and hands willing to help. Come, join us. Be a proud WROJPD member.
Lead me, Lord. Lead me by the hand and help me face the rising sun. Comfort me through all the pain that life may bring. There's no other hope that I can lean upon. Lead me, Lord. Lead me all my life. Walk by me across the lonely roads that I may face. Take my arms and let your hand show me the way. Show the way to live inside your heart. through my days, all my life. You are my light, you're the lamp upon my feet. All the time, my Lord, I need you.
Simula sa munting pangarap, di ka panipaniwalang tanawin. Di mapaniwalag na damdamin, nag-aalala ang puso sa hangarin. May pagpaparal layunin, pantay-pantay ang bawat isa. Anong lahi mayroon ka? Isang bagong mundo ang pangarap, magululuhan mo na magbibigay sa bawat tao na aking makita ang padarama, ang bagong pag-asa. Kaluluwa ko ay abot na lang ang bagong kinabukasan. Hayaan mong ibahagi sa'yo na naguliyong araw ang bagong mundo. Nagsimula sa munting pangarap, di ka panipaniwalang tanawin.